Greetings. Let's see what happens with this chessboard. This is a project I've done at home in VB.net. Basically, number of stages are: how do you design a chessboard in the first place? What are you going to make it up from? I've actually used buttons in what probably was a VB6 control array. So I have 64 of these buttons. They are all individually addressable, and the way the code works is that I cycle through from the start to the finish and I deal with them in that way. This is the classic thing of how many squares are there on a chessboard, and I thought I'd do it in a visual way. The delay in the screen response is adjustable, so I can go down a bit, and if I look at this, you've obviously got 8 by 8 grid, which gives you 64. Now 64 1 by 1 squares. So if we look at this and I press this 1 button, what we get is each square on the chessboard highlighted one at a time. You can see the counter going up, and hopefully when it gets to the end it will have the right number. It did when I tested it, but you know, you put it in front of the users. Okay, that seems to have worked. So we have 64 1 by 1 squares. The obvious thing is how many 2 by 2s, 3 by 3s, etc. So my screen delay is 300 milliseconds between each action. So 2 by 2 squares, we have this. You can see the grand total going up. And there's 49, which I think is correct. 3 by 3s. It's difficult to stop this midway. If you wanted to look at the construct on any one of these numbers, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, you'd have to sort of add to the speed adjustment to slow it down. 4 by 4s, cycling through quite quickly. 300 millisecond display is fast enough. 5 by 5s, it gets a bit heavy here, you know, the screen response. 6 by 6s, 7s, and 8. What do you know, there's only one of those, which gives you the grand total at the bottom, 204. So if anybody ever asks you how many squares are there on a chessboard, you can quite confidently say, well, actually there are 204, and I bet you'll surprise them. Thank you. This has been Peter Cates with a little VB.net example.